It is easy to see that not all animals were created equal. Animals have adapted to many different environments thanks to their genetic makeup. We will learn more about this today as we discuss genetics.
Hi everyone, my name's Stacy with Six Flags Great Adventure and Safari. Now, don't be alarmed, but before we dive into the topic of genetics, we have to know some basic terms.
Genetics is the study of heredity, or how traits are passed down from one organism to the next. Most cells of animals contain DNA, which is the genetic blueprint of an organism. A gene is a portion of DNA that determines a specific trait. When animals reproduce, they pass on their DNA to their offspring. Most animals reproduce through sexual reproduction, meaning they receive a set of traits from each parent in the form of an allele, which is a specific form of a gene. Now, if two separate parents pass identical alleles to their offspring, the offspring are homozygous for that trait. If two separate parents pass different alleles to their offspring, then the offspring is heterozygous for that trait. Sometimes the allele received from a parent is dominant over the other parent's recessive allele. In these cases, the dominant trait will always be expressed over the recessive. Now, can you tell the genetic makeup of an animal just by looking at them? In some cases, the answer is yes. Take a look at some of the Rhea in our wild safari. Rhea are non-flighted birds that are native to Central and South America. Being the largest bird in South America, they can stand up to 4 feet tall and weigh up to 50 pounds. Typically, the phenotype, or visible traits of this organism, are quite similar. Male Rheas have a gray coloration to their feathers and a dark black chest and neck, while a female's feathers are all gray. Hey, wait a minute. What in the world is that? That one does not look quite like the others. This animal is leucistic, meaning he lacks some pigmentation, creating white-colored feathers and blue eyes. The genotype, or genetic makeup of this individual, is slightly different than the others. He is homozygous recessive. This means a recessive allele was received from each one of his parents, causing the phenotype, or feather and eye coloration, to change and be different from his parents. This genotype is so rare that only 1 in 10,000 Rhea are leucistic. Sometimes two dominant traits work together to create a phenotype because one doesn't overpower the other. In codominance, both dominant traits from their parents are expressed by the offspring. This can be seen in our herd of Ankole cattle. You can see there is a lot of variation in the color of their fur. This is because there are multiple alleles that are dominant, and when these two dominant traits breed, with codominance, both are expressed in their offspring. With incomplete dominance, two dominant traits are not dominant over each other. Instead, a combination occurs. This is seen in the fur characteristics of some animals. Two dominant traits for hair length, short and long, can blend, creating a new phenotype, such as a dominant white flower blending with a dominant red flower, creating a pink phenotype in their offspring.
Wow, that was a lot of information. But you know what? I can tell that you are now a genius. Thanks for joining us, and make it a wild day.